Hi, my name is Sam Erman, and I'm a professor here at Michigan Law School. Coming home to Michigan Law School is just a fantastic experience. It's the place where I kind of created my intellectual project and put on a professional identity. And so to be part of helping others do that, and also to be where it all started for me, couldn't ask for a better landing. So I'm a little bit of an accidental lawyer. I knew I wanted to be a historian and thought legal history might be interesting, and then was surprised to learn that law is just utterly fascinating and I love it. And so once I got to law school, I was hooked. But coming in, I was not at all sure that would happen. Yeah, I'm interested in two things about law. One is how people who aren't lawyers or who we wouldn't think of as being legal type folks nonetheless end up changing law and using law. And I'm also interested in people using law to do bad things, especially around race. So the way government officials have not always lived up to our ideals, and how law has been a tool that has helped them when they were doing things maybe we don't like. At the core of my first book is a woman named Isabel Gonzalez, who was born in Puerto Rico and migrated to the United States. And when I first came to Michigan Law School, Professor Rebecca Scott actually suggested that I research a case featuring her, in which she claimed she was a citizen of the United States because Puerto Rico had been brought within U.S. sovereignty, and the United States said, no, you're not. Even though we annexed Puerto Rico, you're still an alien. And it turned out she was just a hard woman to research. Isabel Gonzalez didn't leave a lot of papers, and so I developed a book project that began almost donut-shaped. All the interesting things I found out while learning nothing about her. And then only very late in the research did I start being able to fill in the center and show the ways that she had been behind driving this case forward and how she understood it. I'm teaching a whole bunch of different courses, but the common theme is courses that involve some mix of race, the Constitution, and history. And so this coming semester I'll be doing a legal history workshop and a critical race theory seminar. I want the classroom to be a place that's filled with learning and with joy and with collaboration. And so I try to teach in ways that allow all of us in the classroom to learn together and from each other, and that makes the classroom feel like a comfortable space instead of a place where anxiety or worry is at the forefront. So what I tell students is that you come here to learn, that you come here, you're in here because you're extraordinary, and we have a lot of things that we teach that will be useful, and so you want to remain dedicated to learning, passionate about learning, and always keep an eye not on how are you doing in the classroom today, but what is it that you're building towards? What kind of lawyer do you want to be, and how might this be helpful to you later? And I think our students go on to do extraordinary things, and so to the extent that we can give them some tools that will help them down the road, I think we're succeeding, and that's probably the best way for them to think about what it is we have on offer. My research falls into two categories. I do a bunch of stuff that's more legal history, and then I do a bunch of stuff that's more legal education and social psychology. And what links the two together is an interest with how to unlock people's potential, or the ways in which systems impede people from doing what they want to, feeling autonomous, rising, putting forward their best self. My work on social psychology and legal education is focused on trying to reduce forms of psychological friction that get in the way of students being able to perform their best. And that psychological friction, as the word psychological suggests, can be ways students think about things, but it can also, and importantly, is also ways in which institutions create friction or send messages that get in the way. And so I try to work with colleagues to develop small changes that can be made that kind of allow students to sort of access their best versions of themselves and allow institutions to let those best versions of the student selves flourish.